What's up, fellas? What's up? Um, you know I'm gonna talk to y'all. I got something that just ain't sitting right in my spirit. And since y'all are men, y'all tell me what would you tell your mothers, your daughters, your aunts, and your grandmother to do in this situation, right? So, I need my grass cut, right? So I was getting ready to cut my grass this weekend. And I had to go to Walmart to buy a fluorescent bulb for the light over on the sink in my kitchen. And so while I'm standing in Walmart looking at the bulbs, you can see out of this, I don't know what they call this, like if you're looking straight, you can see somebody, you can see what's going on over here. So as I'm looking at the bulbs, I see this guy and I see him stop. Like I'm at the beginning of the aisle, but I see him stop. I never look at him, but I can see him standing there, right? So I'm going back to what I'm doing, and he disappears, right? Or I stop paying attention to him. The next thing I know, the guy walks up on me in Walmart, and he says, "What you doing?" He said, "Oh, you about to put in a light?" He said, if you can put the light in." He said, I need you to put mine in. I just started laughing. Yeah. I said, no, I'm not doing that. I know what I'm doing, but I'm not doing that. So he was like, what, you need a fluorescent bulb? I said, yeah. I said, I need to get one from the light in my kitchen. He was like, oh, okay. So I'm looking for the light. So he get to talking to me. He say, he says, I think he asked me what my name was. And I told him, and he says, well, I have a lawn care business and stuff like that. I have a CDL. So when you say CDL, or you're a truck driver, because that's what he said. He's a truck driver. So that gets my attention because I come from a long line of bus drivers and bus operators and truck drivers. Plus again, if you don't know, I used to drive a bus. So when he said, truck driver, I was like, okay, so you drive trucks long distance? He's like, no, whatever. So it was just a little chit chat, whatever. So I kept it pushing, but he was like, I also got my own lawn care business, right? And I'm like, cool. I said, that's funny, because I was getting ready to cut my grass, and I don't feel like doing it. I'm getting to a point where I don't feel like, a bitch don't feel like. I used to get out there and cut my grass and shit. I don't feel like doing that. But he said, oh, okay. He said, I could cut it for you. I said, okay, cool. He said, so how big is it? I told him it's not that big. He said, no, people say that, blah, blah, blah. It's bigger than what it is, whatever. So he said, well, take my card, and when you get home, you know what I'm saying, send me a picture or video of the yard. And that's cool, right? So I sent him a video of the front and the backyard. And so he says, okay. So, excuse me, he said it usually starts at 45. And he said, I can do yours for 45. I said, okay, cool, whatever. So he says, when you ready, send me the address. I said, okay, cool. All right, boom. So I'm doing something, not minding my business, not doing anything, just minding my business. And then he texts me and he says, don't forget to send me the address. This is the same day. Now, mind you, I told him that I wanted him to cut it on a Monday, right? But if I haven't sent you my address, then, I'm still thinking about it. But again, I should have told him, I might not be ready. All right, cool. So I go about my business, whatever. I still didn't say anything because I'm like, okay, I don't even know you like that. And then you know what I'm saying, you owe me about the address. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not starting to feel a little funny. But again, I don't want to say that because he might need the business, right? So then today he calls me and he says, yeah, I text you and asked you for your address, but you never sent it to me. He said, I said, yeah. I said, but I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get it done. I said, because I ain't got the money right now. He's gonna charge me 45. I said, I ain't got the money right now. I said, I probably, when I get it, I'll send you the address, and I'll let you know when I'm ready. Is that cool with you? He said, well, I'll work with you. If you ain't got the money, he says, I'll still come by and cut it for you. And, you just pay me at a later date. Y'all, let me know. Is that being a little pushy? And then before he get off the phone, he said, don't forget to send me the address. I'm getting in my spider tingly senses is tingling. It's like, you've been a little too pushy for my address. And I ain't send him shit. I ain't send no address. I don't know this man from a can of paint. I do need my yard cut, and it might be legitimate. But how pushy he is about my address, it's kind of sending red flags. So, fellas, I always ask y'all, opinion on shit that got to do with relationships and shit. Y'all tell me this opinion. Tell me your opinion on this. What would you tell your mom? What would you tell your sister? What would you tell your auntie if somebody was pushing for their address like that? Is it just cool for those that are in the lawn care business or whatever to just do that? Or once I told him, listen, once I get the money, I'll call you, let you know when I'm ready, and we go from there.